Okay. A missile is launched from a 100-foot platform with a velocity of 725 feet per second. What's the maximum height of the missile? Okay, so down here, you're finding the maximum height. So put max height, and I think it's already down there. Now with maximums, you don't want to make these boxes, okay? That's a waste of time. With a maximum, you make a parabola that would have a maximum, just like that. Mark the point, and then represent it with an x, y coordinate. Okay, and we know that the formula that finds the x is opposite of b divided by 2 times a, okay? And then to find the y, we replace x on the calculator. Okay, so that's what we're going to do to find it. Now, you have to know how to write an equation for it, okay? Now, what's pulling the missile back down? When something falls down, gravity, which is negative 16x to the second power. Plus, now I need to look for the feet per second, the rate of change. That's not feet per second. That is, okay? So 725 is my feet per second. Now it's per second, so it needs x connected to it. And I need to add the 100. Doesn't have a variable because it's not per second, it's just feet. And then we equal that out to y. Okay, pretty easy enough to write the equation. Now, remember, a is in front of the x squared and b is in front of the x to the first power. Okay, so now I come up here, and the opposite of b is opposite of plus 725 is negative 725, and then I multiply the 2 times whatever a is, 2 times a. So negative 16. So we need to multiply those, find that product there, and that's negative 32. Now I divide negative 725 by negative 32. I got 22.6. I would suggest you round that to 23. Okay. Now you replace x on your calculator. Okay. We put these x's in parentheses, and I will be putting 23 in for them. Okay. So I have negative 16 times 23, close it, raise it to the second power, plus 725, and then 23, close it, no power on that, and then plus 100. Okay, 8,311. Now, if you're wondering what your labels are, the X is always our time, so that would be seconds, and the Y labels my feet. And when I'm talking about a maximum height, I want to take the feet, so that's 8,311. Okay, my next problem. A football is kicked off the ground with a velocity of 100 feet per second. What's the football's maximum height? So we're finding, again, the maximum. If you are finding a maximum, just draw the parabola. And I am finding the x and the y. And remember how we find the x, opposite of b, divided by 2 times a. And to find the y, I just replace x on the calculator. Okay, so now what's pulling the football back down? It goes up, but the force of gravity pulls it back down. So gravity is negative 16x to the second plus, and then my feet per second is 100. That needs an x on it because it's per second. Happens repeatedly every second. And I don't really have any other number to plus, okay? So I can equal that out to y. Okay, so here's my x to the second power, and that's my a. Here's my x to the first, and that's my b. Okay, so the opposite of my B is negative plus 100 is negative 100, and then I will again be taking 2 times A, which is negative 16. Okay, the product of 2 and negative 16 is negative 32, and then I divide. So I take negative 100, and I will be inserting replace X on the calculator. I'll be inserting whatever that is. So divided by negative 32 is going to be 3.125. You can just put 3. And then I will replace the x with 3, and that'll equal y. So I take negative 16 times 3 to the second power plus 100 times 3. I get 156. Okay, now for your labels, x is time, so that's seconds, and y is feet. Okay, so it took 3 seconds to get to its maximum height of 156 feet, so the maximum height is 156. Okay, now this one has nothing to do with a parabola, but it sets us up for what we're doing tomorrow. I make and sell baseball bats and sell them for $50 each. If I sell 25 baseball bats, what will my revenue be? That means how much money I make. Now you should be able to, that's basic math. That's like basically a 5th grade question, okay? I take the money, $50, times the number of items I sell, 25, and that's going to equal my revenue. $1,250. Okay, next one. I already did this one. Okay, I already did that one. Okay, you may go work on the assignment. Okay, you got 3 problems. 3 and 4 are simply just taking the money we're charging times the number that we sell.